Hello, everybody. Welcome to the WDW Fan Zone Show, special edition, a cruise show. We're going to be discussing the ins and outs of cruising on a Disney cruise. The person that was supposed to be here
Maybe
and
fell
ask us
asleep.
all these questions is not here. Hopefully, we'll be able to answer some questions. I know we're fumbling around because when we expect to have somebody here to ask us a bunch of questions and they're not here, kind of throws us off. But we are going to try to help people out who are planning on going on a Disney cruise during these times and try to resolve and answer questions that you might have yourself. I am Stuart Sternberg, along with Darlene Nagy and John Maloney, and this is the WW Fan Zone Show. I think I already mentioned that. Our sponsor, actually our preferred travel planner, is Mouse Fan Travel. So whether you're going on a Disney World vacation, a Disneyland vacation, a Disney cruise, an adventure by Disney, another type of vacation. When I say another type of vacation, a non-Disney vacation, they can help you out in everything you want to do. So you don't have to worry about where you're going, who you're going with. They will help you get there the best way, the only way, because nobody does travel better than Mouse Fan Travel. They've got a bunch of great deals going on right now, and you can find out more about that at www.mousefantravel.com. That is www.mousefantravel.com. All right. So, John, you've been on. When was the last time you were on a Disney cruise? Because
the last time I was on a Disney cruise was February 2020,
right,
right
and Darlene,
before the cruising stopped.
yeah, and Darlene, the last time that we were on a Disney cruise was in 2016.
Correct.
Now, I've been February 2016, I might add. I've been
No,
reading
not
up.
February 2016. It was
No?
November.
Oh, okay. I stand corrected. It was November 2016.
Our first cruise we did was
You're right. You're absolutely
February,
well. No,
the
the
end of
first
February.
the first cruise was November. That was then.
It was the inaugural Dream.
Yeah, that was November. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong about that.
Would you like me to go and pull out the picture for you?
No, I believe you. We're not going to stand here and argue about when it was because it's just like I'm old. I don't remember anything anyway. We'll just take Darlene's word for it.
I just looked at the pictures. That's why I know.
Okay, good. No, I'm glad. It's like for some reason I thought it was November. I don't know why. Maybe I'm thinking Jersey Week. You're right. Now that I'm thinking back about it, it took me a while. The second one, which you didn't go on, was November. That was during. It was right after.
I think that was Jersey Week. You guys went.
Yeah, it was right after the Sandy storm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. So anyway, Disney cruising. I've been reading up on some things and watching some videos on the magic. And one thing I do know is a lot of people have been, here that are planning on going on other Disney cruises, not just the one we're all going on. We're going on Lou Mangello's WDW Radio Marvel Day at Sea cruise. A lot of people have been talking about cabanas, like asking how are they going to be serving food. Now, I can tell you from a video I saw that was taken recently, it's full buffet service. Now, yes, they're taking extra precautions. Like there's a beverage section that's kind of roped off, and I don't know if a cast member is getting the beverages for the guests. I didn't see that in the video, but my assumption is they're either having a cast member do it for the guest or they're only allowing one or two people in at a time. But that was something that I found interesting. So if anybody's interested in cabanas, and I am because I love cabanas.
That's a favorite. Well, there's something that we could probably share that we're all going through right now that I'm sure some of our listeners and viewers might want to understand, and that is, what is the process like to prepare for the cruise in these times, since it's a little bit different? We've all had to go through that recently with checking in and going through the Safe Passage website. So it might be helpful to step through some of the changes in that preparation process.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. So why don't you tell us about that preparation process?
But I will go over what I see as being different.
Mhm.
In past cruises, we always had to check in, and depending on your status, if you're a first time cruiser, or if you're coming back for a second time, or up through 4 times as silver castaway club members, from 5 to 9 is gold castaway club, and then 10 and above is platinum. But
Mhm.
depending on your status, you can check in so many days ahead of time. Is platinum 120 days, or
I think so.
I think it
and
is.
I
I'm
think
not sure.
I think gold is 75,
Mhm.
and I forget what silver was. But depending on your status, you go in and check in, and that's where you give your personal information. You fill your passport information out. You put a credit card on file if you're going to be putting any charges on, and you have all your guest information listed there. So that was pretty much it before for getting ready for a cruise, other than if you wanted to book things on the cruise, excursions at any ports of call, setting up spa treatments, or if there are character meet and greets on board, if you wanted to eat at Palo, or if you're on the Dream or Fantasy and you wanted to eat at Remy, you would make those reservations, all those onboard reservations or
Mhm.
excursions ahead of time. But as far as as far as registering yourself, it was just that one-time online check-in. Well, now there's some additional steps that you have to go through, and since Disney is requiring everybody 5 and over now to be vaccinated, meaning 2 shots before they're on the cruise, you have to go through a website, a partner with whom Disney has made arrangements, and that's the Safe Passage website.
Yep.
So each member of the party has to individually register for that Safe Passage website. Now, neither of you, or I guess none of us, had to register anybody under 18, correct?
No.
No. No.
So, do you remember anybody under 18, whether one parent or guardian had to register anybody under 18?
Well, we know somebody who's supposed to, but she's not here.
So, our question for her.
Yes, we have questions for her.
Yeah. Um,
But I have not heard from her.
no, I haven't either. I texted her as well. Um,
So at least every adult has to register there and enter their personal information, take
mhm.
photos of their vaccination card, and enter the information about their first vaccination date, second vaccination date, and the brand of vaccine that they got, and
Yeah.
put that into the Safe Passage website. I see a finger.
I also added in the notes section that I had my
Yep.
booster and the date of my booster.
I did too. But
And
my booster is on my card. So you
it
can
is
On the
on the
see
card.
back
vaccine
side.
one. Oh, mine is on the front. So you can
Yeah, no.
see vaccine one, vaccine two, and my booster is there for the third one. But I also put in the notes just because they didn't ask that question
Mm.
about the booster.
And I can also tell you that because I'm traveling with a friend, because my husband couldn't go with me, she did have to create her own account. Whereas you, eh, you guys could do it for your spouses and stuff. I
No, I
had.
couldn't.
Oh,
I
she had to
had
create. She had to do
yes,
her own. Okay.
yes.
That's what it says, that every
Hmm.
individual must register separately.
Right.
Mhm.
And yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh, go ahead, John.
Now, this is specifically just for Disney Cruise Line. Each
Yes.
cruise line you go on may be different.
right,
So, if you're
right.
listening to us, please follow your rules and regulations for the cruise line that you're going on.
Mhm.
And I will
Absolutely.
say it was very helpful to have a travel planner, because
Yes.
our travel planners, my travel planner is from MEI and Mouse Fan Travel,
Hmm.
gave a good reminder of
Hmm.
when you had to do that. And so that was one of the things I forgot to say. So depending on your status in Castaway Club, you can make onboard arrangements and reserve excursions so many days ahead of time.
Mhm.
We were able to do our check-in at 30 days, correct?
Mhm.
But
Yes.
the safe passage you could not do until 15 days prior to debarkation.
Correct.
So
Correct.
that was just this week, 15 days ahead of time. And after, was it about a day after we had gone through that process, that we got an email back saying that we were validated or verified and that we were cleared to
Mhm.
arrive at the terminal on the day of debarkation. Is that correct?
Yep. Yes.
Mhm.
Something I want to mention. I know I'm jumping ahead a little bit now. The day of embarkation, I saw a video of the process, and I don't believe it was Port Canaveral, which is here in the Orlando area. I don't know if it was Miami or another port where Disney's cruising out of now. But it showed people going into it in an orderly manner, going into a building. Tables are set up for, I guess, each party. So it has to be one particular party going to one table. Then they'll call you. You have to wait for your name to be called, or your party to be called. There was self-testing, and then going into a waiting room apart from everyone else, and they had to wait. I think it was about a half hour for the results. Once they got the all clear that they were negative, they were allowed on the ship. They were allowed to go, I guess, someplace else to get on the ship.
Right. And you're right. And I'm sorry, I said debarkation. I meant embarkation.
Oh, okay. I need to know.
Thank you for clearing that up. We were also given, when we checked in at 30 days out, we requested a time of arrival at the port.
Yes, yes.
So we had to request it. It was at a 15-minute interval, and Disney has made it clear that if you arrive at the port before your arrival time, they will send you away. So
Yep.
they're trying to keep everybody spaced out. Well, not figuratively speaking, but literally spaced out.
I didn't even think of that. But
They want to keep people spaced out. But I noticed that the arrival times can be earlier than the earliest arrival time in the regular sailing. So before, I don't think they would allow people to get on the ship until what, noontime?
Yeah, I believe so.
And my arrival time, my port arrival time is 10:45. So I'm actually able to get there a little bit early. But as you say, there's a process we'll have to go through in the terminal. We show up at our time, we have to drop our luggage off, and then we'll have to go through the testing.
Yep.
And then after your test results come in, you'll see the test results, and then you'll be cleared to board the ship. But they're very much filtering just a party at a time onto the ship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now now you just brought up something that I've got a question on. If you drop off your luggage and for some horrible reason you test positive, is it too late to get your luggage back? What do they do with that luggage?
Well, I can't imagine it is, because they've gone through it already. So we've all seen that. Now the numbers look big, 5,000 people, but that's over the course of a couple of weeks and across 90 ships, different cruise ships. But they've had to go through that with other people. So they have to have a process.
Well, would they even want your luggage until you're cleared? Because do they want to go through luggage if somebody tests positive?
Yeah. So maybe we have a question or an answer here from Darlene.
Darlene is raising her hand. Yes, Darlene.
So in December, I was a brave soul and went on a cruise with my friend Alita, who's going on the cruise with me now in February.
That was a different cruise line, though.
We did go on a different cruise line, but it's all at the same port. So I seen kind of the port setup in that. What we had to do is we had to release our luggage to the port cast members or crew members. They put them in a luggage carriage after they were tagged and told us to get into line. You could not take the same luggage with you because they don't want you once you go into the building, you are not allowed to go back out of the building.
Mhm.
So they know they have access that if you don't come back, that whole carriage goes in for travel.
Yeah.
So, but they will not let you take your luggage. That cruise line would not let us take our luggage. It was Norwegian. They would not let us take our luggage with us through because once you
Mhm.
go through the line, you're inside a building.
Well, right.
And
It
then
has to go through security. So it makes
right.
sense they would stage it somewhere in the terminal until
Correct.
you were released.
Granted, you might if you get like stuck where you can't go, heaven forbid that ever happens, you may have to wait an hour or something to get your luggage back, but
Yeah.
what does it matter at that point? You're
Right.
going home
Exactly.
anyways.
Yep. And something else, if you read through the fine print with Disney, if you're traveling with a party of 4 or 5 or just one other person, if anyone in your traveling party tests positive, you're out of there. All
Well,
of you.
so here's a very interesting question about that, and this is some additional insight, I think, for our listeners and viewers. We, as a group, the three of us here, we all requested to be able to be seated together for dinner.
I didn't request that.
Oh,
I was just
somebody
put there.
did.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. We all did request that.
We all did request that.
Well,
Don't listen to
and
Stuart.
and I have evidence that worked because
Yes, me too.
I can see some of your onboard reservations on my
Yes.
cruise line reservation.
Yes,
I
and
just
I
hope
can
you
see
guys
yours.
put down your credit card numbers for me to use, please.
Well, so here is my insight and my question. And we won't be able to ask it, or answer it, but my insight is that tells me that we are kind of grouped together as a party
Yep.
Yes, we are.
because they are saying that you have to eat. You may only eat in the dining room with your party.
Yep.
So they're
Correct.
considering us one party. What
Yes.
happens technically should one person of our 3 groups in one party test positive?
Well, I would argue if it's John, I'm sorry to use you as an example. I would argue, John, that if it were you and or Kelly, that we did not travel with you there.
I
And the
agree.
same
I
thing.
agree.
Yes.
I agree.
Yes.
I'm just curious in their system if
Mhm.
that has any additional implications.
Oh,
Hopefully not, and
They
hopefully we
probably
never find out.
know. They probably would know. Well, they may not know.
Well, they do know. They do know because we each have a different reservation number.
Correct.
So
um,
my guess would be they do it by reservation number.
yeah.
Mhm.
Sorry to interrupt you guys, but our missing guest, who's also one of our podcast hosts, Lottie Ferguson, she's going to be Johnny Come Lately. I just heard from her. She said she's logging in now.
Okay.
I want please, everybody out there that's watching this or listening to us, find her on Facebook and message her and tell her she should never, ever do this again to us.
Here, let me do this. I'm going to share with you what I got from Disney for the clear arrival email. It
Oh, look
says,
who decided to drop in. Hi, Lottie.
I got my times mixed up.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
let me guess, you were watching the Bills and the Chiefs, right?
Absolutely not. I was packing. That's what I was doing.
For the cruise?
Yeah.
You've got like 20 days. Actually,
Yeah,
14.
we have
Is
12.
it 14? Oh, it's 12. Okay.
I
Less
got
than that.
12 when this is being recorded.
14. I got 5 people over here to get together.
Yeah, I know. So
Okay.
Darlene
My
was
people
going
that can't all
to
hear you say 5.
Say that
Darlene
again?
was going to read something to us now.
So it says, this is what Disney sent me for that our Disney Cruise app has now been cleared to arrive as well.
Yep.
And it says, good news, your online check-in information has been reviewed and verified for your cruise aboard the Disney Magic on 2022-05. When you arrive at your designated port arrival time, so you have your arrival time. Ours is 11:45 a.m.
Yep.
You will simply present the same documents you submitted during the online check-in for a quick check-in. Once your boarding number is called, you will present your port arrival form to board the ship. When your stateroom is ready, your key to the world card, which remember those when you used to get them at the hotels, will be waiting for you outside your stateroom. It's probably going to be in the little fish extender hook in an envelope, which you do not get to use right now for fish extenders, but hopefully back further in the future, like back in the day, you would be able to use that. You are required to bring all identification documents submitted during the online check-in process with you to the port. Guests who do not have these documents with them will not be able to sail. So please, please, everyone, whoever you're traveling with, anything that you submitted, birth certificates, driver's license, TSA cards, passports, your COVID card checks,
Prisoner release
anything,
form.
just bring it with you.
Well,
The
and-
more, the merrier
and
for
don't put
paperwork.
it in your packed luggage.
Do not
Right,
put it in your
correct.
packed luggage. Right.
Yeah.
In order to sail, every guest must individually create an account associated with their reservation and upload their proof of identification, proof of vaccination, and pre-trip COVID-19 test to Disney Cruise Line's third-party partner, Inspire Diagnostics. The test must have a NAT test, rapid PCR test, or lab-based PCR test. Rapid antigen tests are not accepted. To learn more about how to provide proof of your negative COVID test result or proof of vaccination, please visit the Before Leaving Home section of Know Before You Go website. U.S. Sailing's Safe Passage website by Inspire Diagnostics. Considering CDC guidance, guests who are vaccinated and wish to disembark the ship with unvaccinated children will need to purchase a Disney Cruise Line Port Adventure, except when at Castaway Cay. We look forward to welcoming you aboard soon. I was ecstatic to get that.
Yeah. Now, before we get to Lottie's questions, we probably answered some of them already while you weren't here.
That's okay. We'll just go over it again.
Yeah, but John had a very good question point or whatever that was about registering children that are under 18.
Yes. Ask John.
We can't hear you, John. Unmute
You're right.
yourself.
You're right. Well, so all right, Lottie, we were talking about for the Safe Passage website how each adult had to individually register for that site and enter their personal information, including their vaccine information. For anybody under 18, what did you have to do for your family? Did they have to register, or did you do it on their behalf?
So because there are 5 of us, we opted for 2 staterooms, and my husband and the 2 younger girls are registered in one stateroom, and myself and the older kid are registered in the other stateroom. And so when we put in our registration number, it automatically knew that we had minors in the room and asked if we were checking in for the minors. And so on my reservation, I was able to add Candace's vaccine card, and on Kyle's reservation, he added Ava and Charlotte's.
Okay, so the adult in the room on the reservation took care of the Safe Passage requirements for the minors in the room. Okay.
Yes. Yep. And then we also had to sign a waiver with Disney Cruise Line, because for what if I were to get off the ship and I wanted to take Ava or Charlotte with me, they wouldn't allow it because we're not in the same stateroom.
Oh,
So I
good
had
to
to
know.
additionally
That's interesting.
sign a
Very
waiver,
good to
even though
know.
the reservations are joined and we are in adjoining rooms. There's a waiver. I had to sign a waiver to take the two younger kids off the ship, and Kyle will have to sign a waiver to take Candace off the ship. I mean, we're going to leave the ship at the same time, but just for
Right.
whatever reason,
Yep.
if we didn't, you know,
Mhm.
leave the ship at the same time, and we have to take care of
Something I want to mention as of right now, it is not, there is no news in terms of whether we're going to be able to land, I'm not land, disembark at the Grand Cayman Islands. So, and that's happening with other ports of call that not just Disney, but other cruises are going on. It depends on the country of origin if they're letting them, or passengers on a cruise ship disembark. Darlene is crying for some reason. I know there's a football playoff game going on right now.
It's the 2-minute mark, and we just made a touchdown.
She's freaking
Okay,
out.
well, let's mute Darlene right now. Yeah, I don't want to cry hysterically about this while we're trying to do the show. So, Lottie, what questions do you have for us?
I have so many questions. Like I have a whole Google Doc full of questions. But you know where I'm going to start at, right?
Sure.
Food.
Go ahead.
Food.
The bar?
Yep. Food.
Food, okay.
First question is food.
My favorite questions.
All right. So, do we get to choose where we want to eat breakfast? So do we go
Yes.
do we choose table service versus
It's-
cabanas?
Yes.
Well, yeah,
You go wherever you want.
right. You can go wherever you want. For the table service at the 3 different restaurants where we have dinner, you can pick whichever you want for breakfast, and it will be a sit-down breakfast.
Okay, so we have an option of sit down breakfast at any one of the 3 restaurants, or um, serve yourself, or cast member
At
serve you at
cabanas,
cabanas.
right. Yeah, now, I don't know if some days, I believe, uh, I believe there may be some days where not all 3 restaurants are open for breakfast. So I would verify which restaurants are open for breakfast just to be safe. I know that on debarkation day at the end, you are asked to go to the same
You
restaurant
mean
for
embarkation
breakfast
date,
as you
right?
had dinner.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah, so for the last morning before you leave the ship, you're asked to go to the same restaurant for breakfast as you had for dinner the previous night. But
Mm.
before that, you can eat at any of the restaurants for breakfast.
Mhm.
So while we're talking about dinner, can you explain rotational dining?
Sure. Rotational dining is there are 3 restaurants for dining on each ship, whether it's the Magic, the Dream, the Fantasy, or the Wonder. They have different names on different ships. But when you get your Key to the World card, and I don't know if they have, I think they've changed. I don't know that it's going to be printed on there anymore. But historically, they would print out a string of letters that would have the abbreviations for each restaurant and then the order in which you would be visiting those restaurants for dinner.
Mm.
And so you would go through 3. So it could be Animator's Palette or Tiana's, or what's the other one? Is it Lumiere?
Rapunzel's.
Pardon me?
Rapunzel's, right?
I think we got Rapunzel's and
Rapunzel. I'm
Lumiere's
sorry.
on.
Okay, I'm getting the ships mixed up. Okay. So it will tell you what your order is, and you will go through those 3. Since we have a trip that's longer than 3 nights, then you'll go back to the beginning and start over.
Mhm.
And
So
then your whole party will move from restaurant to restaurant, but your servers, both your main server as well as your beverage server, they will follow you to each restaurant. So you will have the same servers every night, irrespective of restaurant. So you get to know them very well. They'll know what drinks you like. They'll know, some of your preferences, and they're very good at interacting with the guests and making sure they're happy.
Yeah, I always get a Diet Coke at dinner. I guarantee you, after the first time I order one, that's all I'm going to get from the server. They'll have it ready for me for the rest of the trip.
So we've got a reservation at Palo. And so on that particular night, we would just skip whatever.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
You go to Palo and you miss
Right.
whatever the rotational
I
dining is.
would recommend letting your server know the night before
Mhm.
That
you're
you
going
won't
to
be
Palo
there.
the next day, and
Mhm.
then they won't have your your drinks ready. That they're very, very good at making things prepared before you get to dinner. So it's helpful for them to know that ahead of time.
Mhm.
So should I be worried about, since you said it goes one restaurant, number two restaurant, number three restaurant, and then back to the first restaurant.
Mhm.
So if we've got Paulo on the third night, then I'm not gonna get that third
You
restaurant.
will not get that.
ask-
That
No.
is correct.
Correct. You won't get that experience.
So can I ask to do that on the last night? Can I change that or no?
You might be able to change your Palo reservation, but you're not going to be able to change the rotational dining.
Right.
Uh,
I at least I've never heard anybody do that. I mean, you can ask anything. The challenge. Well, here's the challenge. You've got a table, and they're being very careful about where people are arranged in the dining rooms.
Yeah.
So there's nowhere really to put you if you tried to go to that other
Mm.
restaurant.
Okay. All right. So any idea, like the night that we go to Palo, the kids are at the kids club. How are the kids eating? Are they just bringing food to the kids club, or um
That we're not sure of
Yeah,
because
well,
all that has changed since before.
right.
It's all new now.
Yeah, I'm not aware that they have food in the kids clubs. I don't know.
Yeah,
that-
I don't believe they do. I remember my daughter was in one of the kids' clubs because we had taken her. I think she was 16 at the time or 14.
Yeah, they could
I
do
don't
room
remember the age.
service. You can do
And
room service any day.
our daughter had dinner with us. That's the only time we saw her during the entire that and first thing in the morning before she left to go back to the kids' club. It was the only times we saw her on the entire cruise. She spent almost the entirety of the cruise with other kids.
so I need to make sure that the kids eat before we go to Palo.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I assume you're just going with Kyle and not the kids to Palo.
Oh, of course, yes, because they're under 18.
Yeah.
Well, again, and it's up to your preference if you want to take them to cabanas or go up on deck to.
Mhm.
There's a lot of good food up on
Yeah.
on deck. It's counter service. There's pizza. There's hot dogs. There's burgers, chicken sandwiches, salads, all kinds of things.
Now, there's no
Or-
guarantee cabanas will be open during rotational dining. It usually is, but that was pre-COVID. Now, I'm not sure.
Right, right. Or
Sorry,
you
Jen.
could do the room service. You could
Mhm.
order room service and have lots of choices for the kids.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So tell me, I got to know what your favorite things to eat on board are.
Everything.
Ooh.
Anything and everything.
Of course, I love the lamb chops at Cabanas on the first day.
Yeah, Michelle's looking forward to that too. I love my favorite appetizer of all time is on the Disney cruise. It's the ahi tuna.
Oh,
So if
that
that's on
is
the
that
menu,
is
I will be ordering several
Yeah.
like several courses of the appetizer.
What you typically get in the menu is there will be an appetizer or soup, and you'll
Mhm.
have 3 different choices, and then you have your entree, and they generally have 3 choices there, and then the dessert
Mhm.
again, which is generally 3 choices.
Yeah.
Now, you can, if you want, you can have all 3 appetizers if you want to. And I've seen guests order things off the menu. Our host for this cruise liked to have tacos, so their server, brought a whole tray of tacos to the table before the meal.
On one of our cruises, our waiter was from India. He brought us Indian food.
Right.
That was
Yes, it
not
was
on the menu.
delicious. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. I would have
I
loved to have had a whole meal of that food.
I am not a fan of Indian food, and I loved it.
Hmm.
Mhm.
And everything. I'm not an Instagrammer, but everything is Instagrammable.
Mhm.
So when things are served, everybody's taking pictures of everybody else's meal.
Yeah, that's true. I think people should be careful though now because of take pictures of your own food, but don't reach over your table to
Well,
somebody
right.
else's plate.
Well,
I would not recommend that now.
Well,
The
if you
portions
have a good phone, you can actually
yeah,
shoot a
Zoom,
right,
picture.
yeah,
Yeah.
from a distance, an acceptable distance. Um,
I don't know if Stuart's going to want me sitting next to him at the table.
He's gonna sit at the head of the table, so he has his
I'm not
space.
I'm not sitting at a head of a table. I'm sitting at another table by myself.
So you can spread out, right? You got
No,
always
no. I'm a germaphobe. The only person I know who's maybe a bigger germaphobe than me is Howie Mandel.
I was going to say Howie Mandel. Why do you think he cut all his hair off?
I remember
Oh.
I mean I did remember that Stuart's a germaphobe, but I remember we met up at Chicken Guy, and I instantly pulled out all of my Clorox wipes and I wiped down the table and all the chairs and everything before he got there because I knew he would appreciate it.
Yes,
Yeah.
I did. I very much appreciate it. Just to mention about the food, though, the portions are small. So don't be embarrassed to say, can I have this? And then when you finish that, can I please have another one? They will bring it to you like that.
Yeah, that's the thing that's gonna get Kyle because he's kind of a big guy and he wants the steak that's hanging off the edge of the plate. So
And he will get that. If maybe not in one course, but in 2 or 3.
yeah. So drinks. I've cruised pretty much every cruise line except Disney, and so I was interested in there were no drink packages available because
No,
all
they
of
don't
the
have
drinks
any.
except for alcohol is included. So what did the drinks include?
It's a non-alcoholic beverage.
So just basic soft drinks, lemonade,
Soft drinks,
water.
lemonade, iced tea.
Milk,
Their
orange
drinks
juice.
run, I don't know what the prices are now, but I think the last time I looked, they were between $8 and $15. I could be wrong about that. If anybody else knows, please step in and correct me if I'm wrong.
No
I
idea.
know they're not. They do have a drink of the day. The drink of the day is less expensive than the other drinks.
Correct.
You're allowed to bring 2 bottles of beer
Wine.
or
No,
wine.
2 bottles of beer or 2 bottles of
I'm sorry, a
wine,
6-pack of beer,
a
right?
6-pack of beer
Right, a 6-pack of beer or 2
per
bottles of canterbury
person.
wine. Yep.
per
But then
person.
Adult.
there's a cork charge, right?
There is, but you can bring your own corkscrew and do it yourself.
Okay.
And you can't walk around the ship with
No.
the alcohol
Right.
that you bring on board.
Right, not even in a brown bag.
Have you paid attention to like maybe other kids who are on the ship at dinner and special requests for picky eaters? Because I got one kid, Charlotte. The only thing she eats is tortillas and cheese or a grilled cheese sandwich. That's her.
Yep.
That's her jam lately.
Just
Don't
tell
worry.
them.
Yep,
Just
don't
tell
worry.
them,
They'll do
and
whatever she needs.
they'll give you that every night.
Yep.
Yeah.
I kind of want to use this as an opportunity to get her to try new foods, but I also don't want her to not have a good time because she feels like I'm trying to get her to eat stuff. She's not a meat eater at all. She's never been a meat eater. So this is going to be interesting.
Well,
Mhm.
you know, when my kids were younger, more so my son than my daughter. My son did not. He loves hamburgers now. He did not like the I guess the way it tasted on his mouth. I got to mute Darlene again.
Look, her hands are shaking.
Oh my god. He just like ground beef, any ground meat. He didn't like the texture of it. That's the word I was looking for. He grew out of it in time. But when we went on Disney vacations, we would get the dining plan, and that would force the kid. And we would not let the kids, because they were over 3. We would not over 9 rather. We would not let the kids get anything from the kids menu. You're going to a sit-down restaurant at Disney World. You're ordering off the adult menu, and guess what? They loved it.
So you could do both. You could ask for the grilled cheese or whatever, and then order, an appetizer off the menu that you think you want to introduce one of them to, and then you have both of them. Because I'm not a proponent of this, but I see plenty of food sometimes left over because somebody got something, they didn't like it so much, and then they got something else.
Yeah, but Disney's good with that. What I would suggest is have your daughter order something off the menu. If she doesn't like it, get the grilled cheese or whatever else you will eat. But talk to the cast member first.
Right, and they would be bringing smaller portions for the children anyway.
Yeah, yeah. So if it's right, so if your daughter doesn't like it, it's no big deal. Either you or Kyle will eat it, or it'll just go back.
I'll probably eat it. I can't stand wasting food.
Yeah.
Only elastic pants on this trip. Okay, so switching gears to staterooms. Is there anything that you think that I need to make sure that I pack because it may or may not be available in the stateroom? So
Lysol or Microban or Clorox disinfectant.
oh yeah,
or
that's
both.
already
Yeah.
already in the suitcase. But what else? What other? So I've heard that there aren't a ton of plugs in the room, and with 5 people and everybody's got
Yeah,
at least 1 or 2 devices.
Bringing an outlet strip would be good. They do
Yeah.
have USB ports in the
but
room,
not many. I think there's just
not
a
a
couple.
ton. So you could bring a USB hub, or you could bring a small outlet strip to have.
So they've updated the Magic with all that stuff, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I can't remember from
Yeah.
Yeah.
what ship did we sail on last? Was it the
Magic.
Wonder?
No,
Oh,
it was the
Magic.
Wonder. Wait,
It was the
No, the Magic was to Puerto Rico. The Wonder was to Alaska.
Okay.
I was on the Magic to out of New Orleans.
Okay, and so
Yeah.
so they did have, how many did they have USB ports?
I remember 2, but there might have been 4.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There were
Okay.
more than 2. Generally, they
Okay.
have them on either side of the bed, and then there's a desk either by your porthole.
That's where I
or
remember
by your
being was by
veranda.
the desk. Yeah.
Okay. Well, and then if anybody has a 13, they might not fit in the new.
No.
Well, so that's something else to pay attention to.
Yes, if
They've
you have
got
the new
USB
iPhone.
ports. They don't
Yes.
have USB-C.
C.
So
Correct.
if you have USB-C, you either want to bring a plug
Or
or
an
Yes.
adapter.
bring an adapter. I actually have been
Mhm.
up bringing some USB to USB-C adapters.
I can tell you right now, I have the old sync cables from my old iPhone, and it charges great with the iPhone 13. So, and if you have an Android, I don't know what to tell you. You're gonna have to get a USB.
Yeah, that's what I got. Android. We're Android
Yeah.
users.
Yeah. So either bring a USB adapter if you don't have a USB plug for what you use, or bring just the power plug and whatever plugs into that. If it's USB-C or USB or something else.
How's the storage in those rooms? I mean,
Under the bed storage for
Under
suitcases.
the bed is great.
Okay.
You can put a couple of full-size suitcases under the bed, and then in the closets, there's decent room in there too. There's drawers at the desk. There's another set of drawers next to the closet. So there's more space than you might imagine. But you've got 5, or well, you only have 3 people in a room, so you're not bad.
Right. Well, 3 and 2. So yeah.
3 at the most.
Right. So talk to me about this split bathroom situation.
It's like having a water closet. That's what they call it in Florida, which is just a toilet bowl. Actually, there's a sink in there too. So
Sink and
There's
toilet,
a sink in each one.
and then
Right.
there's a shower and a sink. So it works out great for when you're trying to get ready.
Right. Sink in a toilet, one, sink in a shower in the other.
No
Mhm.
bathtubs, right?
No.
No
Yeah. Well,
Oh, it's a high
yes.
wall.
It's a
shower.
high wall shower. You have to step in. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can take a bath. I wouldn't recommend
But it's
it,
not
but
it's not a full length one.
no.
Okay.
It's kid friendly.
It's kid. That's what I was looking for. Is it
Yeah.
kid friendly? I got again Charlotte. She won't take a shower.
Wow.
The little one.
Oh,
I don't
by
know
the
why.
way, do they know that there's a bitty bobbity boutique on board?
They don't know they're going.
Oh.
So they don't know.
They don't know. They think that we're going on a trip to Miami for a week. They don't know. A friend of mine just got back from a Disney cruise, and I was on Facebook flipping through her pictures, and Ava saw me, and her eyes lit up. She said, "Is that a Disney cruise? I can't wait. Can we go on one day, please, Mama? Can we go?" And
Oh, I love it.
meanwhile, Candace is sitting there next to her going, "Nope. If we go to Miami, I am not getting on a boat. I am terrified of boats. It is just not going to happen."
Ooh.
Oh my goodness.
Oh boy. So you don't even know if your kids get seasick.
I don't. I've already packed C-bands and Dramamine.
That's what I have to get. I completely forgot about that. I'm gonna write this down.
I got both.
C-bands.
Yeah, I got a huge pack of C-bands from Amazon that are different colors, so they match their outfits. Yay!
I was going to order something from Amazon, and then I read an article about how some of the C-bands from Amazon aren't legit.
Oh,
So it depends on who the seller is.
mm.
So check the review. I'm sure you checked the reviews.
Yeah, I did check the reviews.
Okay.
All right, so more about the room. What is okay, Kyle, my husband, has he really likes TV. He probably watches 3 or 4 times more hours of TV a week than I could ever consume. And so he's going to be missing out like on Peacemaker on HBO Max, and he's going to
Not gonna
watch
happen.
Boba Fett, the Book of Boba Fett on Disney Plus.
Disney Plus, they might have
might
on
No,
have
right
they do
now.
not.
They do not.
Really?
They do not. They have, well, what they do is they have teasers and advertisements because they want you to want to get Disney Plus when you get home.
But can we sign in to our Disney Plus account on the ship?
No,
Or do you
because
have to get the internet
you
package?
need internet for that.
Yeah, I'm not doing
Mm.
that. Wow.
If
So
you-
Boba Fett isn't it 6 episodes of Boba Fett?
I don't know.
I think it is. It might be over by then. I think the last
Okay.
episode, and I'm going to look it up now and see how many episodes there are.
I
If there's
think you might be
6,
right.
then it'll be the Wednesday before the cruise that it will be over.
Now, if you have, the internet is not the fastest internet. So I was thinking if you had an internet package, if you had an unlimited internet package, you could plug your phone or tablet into the TV and stream to the phone or tablet. But I think that's going to be too much. That would blow your limit out. And
I think the
it'd be
amount
too slow.
for the cost for the internet is like $90 or something.
Now, if you
Well,
could,
I'm not sure how many minutes you get or
if
how
you could
many.
download the episodes onto your device before you travel, you could watch them while you're traveling if you don't get to them
Correct.
before you get on the ship.
Well,
But yeah, no Disney Plus.
Disney has not. I can't find it out there. When I Googled it, it said there were 4 episodes, and there have been 4 episodes so far.
Right, that's all that means.
We know the series isn't over yet.
Right,
The first season.
So while we're on the subject of internet, can you talk to me a bit about the Disney Cruise Line app and using it on the ship?
Yes, it's great.
Yeah, it's good.
You need it.
No, but I know you want more detail. You'll get notifications on when things are taking place.
You can chat back and forth with anybody you know on the ship on the app. So anybody that registers either in your party or other parties, you can send chat messages to them.
Yeah, and one thing, that's right. One thing also let you know when your dining is. You need it to get into the dining room too, if I'm not mistaken.
Because they're not using the key to the world cards the same way anymore, are they?
No. So the app becomes even more important.
So my 12-year-old has her own phone as of Christmas against my no screens till 13 rule, but I had to do it because she's away at dance class and stuff during the week. I wanted to make sure she can contact me. Would it be smart to bring hers and then load the app on her phone so she could?
I would suggest that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I would suggest it.
Yeah. They do have wave phones. Last I was on the ship, they still had them. We didn't use them.
Yeah, we didn't use them either.
But they did have them on there so that you could communicate with those wave phones on the ships as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember when my daughter was in the teen club, we had the wave phones. She never answered us.
Now, one thing you didn't ask about was the theater. The theater also has
get to it yet.
movies.
Yeah, Darlene, calm down.
No.
Well, since we're on screening things, they have all the brand new movies and everything that you guys can go and see.
So I know that there is main dining, and then the show is later, and then
Mhm.
you could do the show first and then late dining, and I think we're all supposed to be on the main dining.
Right.
Yes.
Correct.
Right.
Yep.
So the shows that happen afterwards, are those all live action shows, or is that the
Yes.
like the okay. So if they were had the theater open for movies, that would be at a different time of day.
No, they're open at the same time because some people tend
Yeah.
to go to the show, some people go to the movies.
And
It just all depends.
there's two different theaters as well. So the
Mhm.
main theater where they're going to have the live show or the big movie that they're showing, the Walt Disney Theater, that's opposite your dining, either after you're dining for main or before you're dining if you're late. But then there's another theater, I think it's the Buena Vista Theater, that is a little bit smaller, but they show movies all day long and
Mhm.
they have a schedule.
Mm.
And then they also show movies up on deck on, it's called the funnel vision. It's on the funnel, the big
Yeah.
Yes.
funnel
Yep. That's right.
at
It
the
goes on all
at
day.
the pool area, so you can sit out on the pool deck
The deck
and
and
watch
watch
movies
movies,
there
yep.
most of the day too.
And
Yes.
in your stateroom on the television in your stateroom, you can watch movies there.
Yeah.
Correct.
There's a good bit of the Disney history catalog, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, all there right from your TV on demand.
You know what bothers me the most about being on the cruise? It's the only negative to being on the cruise. The NBA trade deadline is the day we come back to the land. So if the Knicks make a trade sometime between the 5th and the 10th, before the deadline is over, I'm not going to know until I get off the ship.
Oh.
The only
All right.
negative.
Okay, so now I need the details on Castaway Key.
Okay.
It's
I
great. I
I
love
hear
it.
there's
Best
lots
barbecue.
to eat, lots to do. What are some of your favorites? And what are things that I should not miss?
Best ice cream ever is on Castaway Key. Best barbecue ever, Castaway Key.
The family beach is a lot of fun. They have a nice like water slide and stuff that you can use.
It's hot on Castaway Key too.
Well, it depends on the time of the year. Don't, I mean, we got to watch the weather too.
The weather, right now we're at 39 degrees here where I am. I don't know what the temperature is by
Really?
yes, it's not far from us here.
Oh my
By
goodness.
me, it's 40.
Yeah, I don't have the heat. I have not needed to put the heat on. My house is very well insulated. We're still in the 70s in the house without the heat on. Hope that stays that way though. But it should be in the 70s to mid 80s where we're going during the day. At night it'll get cooler, but during the day I think the weather will be fine. It'll be beach or pool weather.
Mm.
Is there still a sunken 20,000 Leagues
Yes.
submarine at the family beach?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I've
Along with
actually never seen that because I
Wow.
never go swimming at the family beach.
Yeah,
But
I don't
now
know.
it's supposed to be spread out a bit more. There should be more room because there aren't as many people on the ship.
Wouldn't it be
True.
great if they put SpongeBob and all those characters in the? Oh, well, they can't because it's Nickelodeon.
Mhm.
But wouldn't that be great if they could?
Yeah.
Actually, they could put they could do other things.
Well, and you're going to do the 5K at the Castaway Key, right?
I won't.
Oh, you can't. You're still not.
There is a new race at Castaway Key. It's called Race to the Food.
Well, yeah. So is walking 3 miles going to be too hard for you too?
I'm still gonna be in a boot and on a knee
Okay.
scooter.
Well, you could scoot. And now I don't know if your scooter will do 3 miles, but
Mm.
Don't pressure her, John.
I'm
Give her a
not
break.
pressuring. I'm offering. That's all.
We could walk it, Lottie.
It's not clear. From what I saw, it's not clear if all. It sounds as if not all of the ships are stocked up with the rubber medals that you get.
Listen, John knows that I powered through 19.3 miles on an injury, and I am highly likely to try the 5K in a boot and a knee scooter.
We could take it very slow.
Yeah. So is the sign up for that on the ship? Is there an additional charge for it?
No
What time
charge,
does it
no
start?
charge, and the sign up is on the ship.
Okay.
So Disney, if you're listening, that's something else you can do an upcharge for.
Mm. Don't give them any ideas.
I'm sure they've had that idea and just haven't done it yet.
Just haven't done it yet. Yeah.
Kelly said she's going to walk it if they have the medals.
Mm. Okay.
John
I will.
knows not to ask me because he knows what my answer is.
Yeah,
No.
well, yeah. You're exactly right, Stuart. I knew.
So what time is it? Is it in the middle of the day? Is it first in the
8
morning?
o'clock, I think, right around 8 o'clock.
It's the middle of the night for me.
It's the very first group of people going off the ship. As they're going off, you can go to do the 5K.
Okay. All right. And then so do you sign up for that at guest services, ahead of time, or how do you sign up?
That I'm not completely clear on. What I'm understanding is they don't want people to go to guest services so much anymore. You can actually do a lot of that on the app now. So you can put requests in on the app. You can actually chat with a cast member on the app. But I'm not clear about the 5K, how that's going to work. I know that in the past, if you wanted to do something like a spa reservation, a Palo reservation, they would have one of the lounges set up. And depending on what you wanted to do, you would go to a different lounge.
Mm,
But I'm not clear what they're doing with the 5K. Darlene, have you read anything about that?
No, I haven't.
Hmm.
I have not. I've just, I've been looking forward to doing it. I'm only going to be able to walk it anyways. I won't be able to run.
Mhm.
I'm going to ask tomorrow if I can actually even do it due to the fact
Well,
that I'm still in therapy.
I think
So,
you know what the answer is going to be. But
well,
you
the
know, it doesn't
question
have
is she going to heed the advice
Yeah,
or
right.
instructions or
Don't be Lottie.
Your health comes first.
I know, I
Don't
know.
be Lottie. Listen to doctor.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So I got like two more sections of questions here.
Okay.
I will try to get through them quick. Dress. There's a lot of stuff going on.
You can do as much as you want, as little as you want. The one thing I would kind of count on is participate in pirate night. If you can, and don't forget there's going to be fireworks on deck that night.
Mhm.
Well, and Pirate
Now,
Night,
Disney has a list online, packing list and it's broken down by where the cruise ships are going. There is one for Bahamian and Caribbean cruises.
Oh, send me a link to that.
Yeah, send me the link too.
Okay.
yeah. One thing I'd add, Lottie, they don't call it formal night anymore, but they have, I'm not even sure what they're calling it anymore, where, some people will dress to the T's with gowns and with tuxedos, and other people might wear suits, and other people might just wear a nice collared shirt.
Mm.
I've gone into those nights in a t-shirt and shorts. It's that there are so Palo, they ask you to at least wear slacks and a sports shirt, or slacks and a top, or
A
to
dress.
look nicer,
Yeah.
go to Palo. But for the
Mhm.
normal dining, there are absolutely no requirements other than they don't want offensive things in there. I don't think they want people wearing halter tops or shirtless.
Flip-flops, no flip-flops.
Yeah.
I know, normally the last night for formal night, is when we dress up for that one.
So is that the last night?
That's the last night.
Okay. All right. And so when is pirate night usually?
I wanna say, isn't that like the second or third night,
I
John?
honestly don't remember.
I don't remember. I thought we saw that things might be a little different for Pirate Night this time.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I
All I
thought
know is that Lou, our group that we're going with, it was supposed to be a dress up. I'm not even sure what day is, Oh, our Disney Day at Sea days
It's the second day.
the
It's the first
second
sea
day.
day. It's the first sea day. Yeah, I did
Yeah, the
see that.
first sea day. Yeah.
There generally are people that dress as pirates on pirate night. They
Mhm.
do put a bandana for everybody on the table at dinner the
Mm.
night of
It
pirate
used to
night.
be in your room.
I'm sorry, yeah, in your room, but you can bring it to dinner, right?
Mhm.
So what's the tip? What's the like the dress code is just cruise casual? I mean,
Yeah, cruise
It- it-
casual. I
yeah.
normally wear khakis and a top or a skirt or a dress. I have a Disney Cruise Line dress I'm gonna wear. Um, Keith always wore like khakis and a dress shirt. Occasionally he wore a suit coat too.
Yeah,
Now
I'm
you're
not doing.
talking to the nicer meal. Oh,
Yeah, the
No,
first
no,
couple.
this was his normal meals that
oh,
we
I
yeah, we just the first cruise we dressed up, even on
mm,
Alaska. Well,
okay,
Alaska was cold on, so we dressed,
yeah.
warmer.
It's all your choice. I wear shorts
Yeah,
and t-shirts to every dinner.
every meal.
See,
Okay.
I don't do for dinner. I wear, either dress pants or dress jeans,
Yeah,
um,
And a polo.
along with, and either a polo or a button-down shirt, usually short sleeve because of the cruise. But on formal night, I used to wear a sport coat on formal night. I'm
Mhm,
not doing that anymore. It's just extra packing that I don't need. But I
mhm.
will wear dress pants and a button-down shirt, probably long sleeves that night.
and that's all I'm
Mhm.
saying is that it's really up to you what your
Yeah,
Mhm.
comfort is.
yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
don't tell Kyle not to bring a jacket because there's so few times I get to see him all dressed up.
That's
So I'm going to
I
enjoy
said it's your
this.
choice, not his.
Yeah.
Well, no, I said, don't tell Kyle
I
that you're
won't.
Like, so I have like right now, my dress is the cruise line dress for the first day, the 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 first the Disney Day at Sea day. I have a Avengers top, and I'm gonna wear like a skirt with it or something, and then a sweater for because it might be chilly. And then another night I have another dress, and then I have my pirate night stuff, which is khakis and a top.
that's yeah.
And then I don't, it's kind of like it's basically casual dress
Now,
is
the
what I'm.
Marvel Day at Sea, is that different from the pajama party thing?
Yes.
That's Disney. The Disney has the one day of Marvel Day at Sea where they've got the Marvel characters, they've got a
Mhm.
Marvel show on deck. All of the
Okay, I
Marvel
just wanted to,
activities happen that one day.
yeah, I just wanted to clarify that for those going on the cruise or a Marvel Day Sea cruise. So you don't need to dress up in Marvel. It's only if you choose to.
Correct.
Okay.
This is the part of the cruise that got Kyle on board. So
Did
we
you buy
we
all your shirts that you need?
listen, there are no Marvel shirts. There are full costumes in this suitcase
Wow.
I
for,
cannot wait to see
for
this.
Yeah.
all five of us.
Oh,
Uh,
I can't
I
wait.
made three of them, and two of them were purchased.
Wow.
Who else is bringing a costume?
I don't have any costume. I just have
You are
like an
We both are.
Avengers t-shirt and stuff.
No, we
So,
both have full costumes and they complement one another.
oh,
Oh
good.
yes, ours do too.
This
Well,
is my
no, not
costume.
really. Not really. I think Kyle went rogue, and he picked
That's
another
Star
Avenger.
Wars.
No,
Ro-
he
Ro- Rogue One, that's Star Wars. I'm just kidding.
yeah, Kyle went rogue, and I think he's bringing his Falcon costume. Um,
Oh.
and
Nice.
um, Charlotte has Shuri. Candace is Miss Marvel, and Ava is Spider Gwen. Um, and then I am probably just gonna throw America Chavez in there. I can't think of anything else to do that's Marvel related because
Mhm.
I my Dora Milaje costume does not fit anymore. So
Oh,
I will not be matching with Charlotte.
Aw.
I busted the zippers on it doing
oh,
dope a couple years ago. Well, I mean, I wore it for the 10K, so I don't
Oh,
know why
yeah.
I thought I was gonna.
Yeah,
Wow.
running, yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I wanted to do Peggy Carter, but,
That's a good
I
one.
did not get could not find a shirt to go with this one skirt that I had, so
Yeah. Yeah. These are all we're reusing them from we've worn them already to comic book convention, so I didn't have to sew
oh,
anything.
good.
I
Yeah,
got a couple repairs to do on Shuri, but other than that, everything is
mhm.
being reused.
Well, our group should be having some sort of greet or event for costumes because there are going to be prizes for costumes
Yes.
for just for our group.
The
All right.
doggies want to go out. I heard
Yeah,
that.
they do. All right. Door decorating and magnets. What's the story on that?
Yeah, I'm not decorating my door. We used to get the magnetic tape when we decorated our door, and we would put things on, and we would stick it on the door. That worked great.
Well, I was planning on doing something because I figured it'd be easier for the kids to remember where the room was.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Um, uh, if they come back without us.
There's
Uh,
there's a full spectrum. Some people that don't decorate at all, and some people that go all out, and everything in between. So it's
mhm.
fun. It's fun just to walk up and down the corridors and look at some of the rooms.
You know what? If we were not going through what we're going through now worldwide, I might decorate the door. It's just I don't want people coming up to the door unnecessary when I'm opening the door and have somebody like standing right there. That would like
Mm.
the
If you
germaphobe that I am. I would go take a shower again before I would come out.
don't forget, if you want to sign up for the door decorating, it's done at the D Lounge. If you're doing the magnet exchange, you need to sign up by tomorrow morning.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's extra work. I'm not doing that. No, 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 no. Um, Leaving.
Mm.
Yeah, get out. That's what they'll tell you.
Yeah, I know. Bags go out the night before.
Well, so let's back up. So you have a choice, and the question is, do you, if you want to get off the ship as early as possible, you need to keep your bags with you
Hmm.
in your room.
Yep.
If it's too much of a hassle for your carrier, and then you would carry your own bags off. If you don't want to get off the ship right away, then yeah, you would need to have your packed bags all ready to go and outside your door at a certain time the night before debarkation.
Yeah. Who wants to miss the last breakfast?
We
Mhm.
are. Well,
Mhm.
because we're driving 3.5 hours up to Disney World.
Oh,
So
you
we
are?
want
Oh,
to get
that's
off the
right.
ship.
That's
We want to
right.
get off the ship at 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
So we're
Mm.
going to carry, and I mean, they've got wheels on them. So we're going to drag ours out.
Yeah. Lottie, you're going right home from the cruise, right? You're not going up to Disney World?
No, but we've got a late flight. Our flight doesn't leave Miami until like 9 p.m.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. Then you
So
want
you
to
have
have
a whole
breakfast.
day. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
want to
want to
have
have breakfast.
breakfast. We normally do breakfast. Yeah,
Yeah.
we normally do
Yeah.
breakfast.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
normally do, but we just want to get out as early as possible because of that drive.
Mm.
He just doesn't want to say goodbye.
Yeah.
Well, this is true too. But I'll see you again, I hope.
Yeah. We have somebody taking care of our dog, so it depends on their travel arrangements going home. But we'll try.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
We will try.
yeah,
Mm.
definitely. I know we've got oh, no, that's not I know I've got reservations, I think, to see Marla when she's here.
I think. Oh, I forgot. I think I'm going. Oh God, when am I going? Epcot was on the 16th. I think I have a reservation for the 3rd and the 4th. So 3 of my
Yes.
reservations are. I have one reservation I can make right now
Yeah, the 3rd or yeah, I'm going with you in
on the 4th.
March. Yes, the 4th.
Yeah,
And
I'm
then I've got
going.
the 6th.
Yeah, the
Yes.
3rd I'm going with Michelle and maybe some of our neighbors right now. We're not
Yes.
sure yet.
Mm.
Yes. Now, Lottie, remember that you can also order room service, and it's included in your
Yep.
fee already. So the only thing I
Don't
normally
order
do.
Mickey bars. I'm reserving all the Mickey bars on the ship.
All of them?
No, he is not.
I'm teasing.
But that is fun to be able to order those Mickey bars and have them come to
The
your
Mickey
room.
bars on the Disney cruise ship are better than the ones you get in the park.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
We
No, I
we
wonder, will they let the kids order room service?
Yes. No, I don't know.
No, I think you'll have to do it, and then you'll have to be there when they deliver it.
Yeah, I just don't want to, open up the door and they've got
Right.
15, Mickey ice cream bars and 2 dozen cookies.
Oh, yeah, no, no, no.
like
I
Home Alone
don't
2.
unless you
you?
give them charging privileges, they might.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, right. They're given charging privileges.
Yeah, when I did the online check-in, I did not give the kids charging privileges.
Smart.
But
Yeah,
you could
because they'll buy
order
the
the
entire gift shop.
food for them and say when you want it to be delivered.
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
Now, do they have the Mickey pretzels on the ship?
Yes. Up
Oh,
on deck.
Awesome.
up on deck?
I believe.
Where? Oh, we gotta find them.
I think it's where the
We gotta
burgers or
find
the
'em.
pizza is being.
Right.
I thought I heard that, but I wasn't sure. And thank you for confirming that, though.
That's what
Yes.
I believe.
Oh
That
my
just
gosh, I
that
so
just
want those.
made me think of another question. We've got pretty early a pretty early boarding group. What is there to do between boarding and when the rooms are available?
Food,
Food,
cabanas.
yeah, cabanas.
Well, I would say food, absolutely. But I think it's a good opportunity for you to get the layout of the ship, to
Yeah,
walk around to the
absolutely.
main areas, to go up on deck. So they do a pretty good job of getting your
Mhm.
rooms ready by
Mhm.
what, 1 or 2 o'clock.
Yep.
Remember, you have to go to D lunch on deck 4 before 3 p.m.
For our group check-in,
for our group check-in.
right? And
That's
then
the
if
most
yeah,
important thing too.
Yep.
yeah.
And be prepared because each deck, even on the stairwells, has beautiful artwork that the
Oh,
girls are going to want to see.
yeah.
Mm,
There's so much to explore.
That's one thing I missed being on a different cruise line.
Mm.
I missed all those small touches that Disney does.
If you need to move your Palo reservation, you're gonna have you're gonna be waiting with another group of people who are making those kinds of
Mhm.
reservations. Whatever we have to do for 5K, that's gonna take a little bit of time. And we've had to kind of gauge things when we've gotten on. Our first inclination is to go get something to eat. The last time we did it and we were trying to make a Palo reservation change, I went and sat in the lounge waiting for the Palo reservation change. Kelly went up to Cabanas and then started getting food, and then I had to wait until I was done to go up and meet with her. So
mm,
you're going to have to make some choices there depending on if you have things that you need to change a reservation or reserve.
okay. Yeah.
I
That's
don't
what
think we have any of that to do.
I think the splitting up thing's gonna be hard because I'm gonna be on a scooter and
Right.
then we got
Mm.
3
Yeah.
kids with us and uh Kyle is let's just say he's highly dependent on his wife for all of the vacation particulars.
That's
Well,
my husband too. I'm right with you.
he
And
could
I don't have
bring
the 3 kids following me either.
a tray from Cabanas down to the lounge where you are if you go.
Yes.
I've
Mm,
taken trays out of Cabanas to my room.
Oh, have you?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh
I
yeah.
didn't know you could do that.
Oh yeah.
mm,
Oh, interesting.
Well, like
Wow.
for breakfast
Good
in the
to know.
morning. Well, if they're open for breakfast, I've done that
Now, if it
because
gets crowded, I'm going to do that.
Mhm.
Kelly likes eating breakfast in the room sometimes.
mm.
But I just make sure I take it all back. Take the tray back and the silverware back.
I don't sit it on the floor outside the door. I can't
Yeah,
stand when people do
yeah.
that.
No, I don't do that.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Next.
what did I miss? What am I not asking about? What are your ultimate Disney Cruise Line tips?
Eat a
Make
lot.
eat a take in everything.
Yeah.
Look up, look down. There's always something special. Did
There's
you?
interactive games
Yes.
on the decks,
Well,
on the staircases, right by the
yes.
elevators.
Yes. Did you sign up for any of the character meet and greets?
All of them, yep.
Okay,
Mhm.
good.
Yeah.
Good. So did we. Well, Stuart, you're in one of them, but if you don't want to go, you don't have to.
Yeah, I didn't sign up for any of them because
I know I booked you automatically.
There's something that we haven't done yet that I've heard people are big on, and that's the what is it, the rainforest room or the
Yeah,
Oh,
I heard about that.
so you just reserve, it's a small amount of money, and you can go in to this. You don't have a spa treatment, but you can go into the spa,
Mm,
and I've heard that
Yeah.
it's really inexpensive, and it's highly sought after, and you need to reserve that when you get on the ship.
mm.
We did that on another cruise. We took a tour of the spa. I
yeah.
don't remember when or which cruise it was, but it was, and they might have redone the spa since we've been through it.
I would love to partake in one of the
Yeah, the exercise room
massages.
there looks pretty. From a video I saw, it looks pretty
It
awesome.
is, yeah. We've
I will
toured it, yeah.
probably use that this trip because of my therapy.
Mhm. Yeah.
Mm.
I
Um,
have never done it before. I used the treadmill once, but I will probably have to do that this trip for sure.
The Cove Cafe is something that Kelly and I love. It's a
Mhm.
it you could do it when the girls are in the kids club. It's an adults only lounge up
Coffee
on
bar.
deck.
Mhm.
They have drinks there, but they also have some nice desserts and snacks that are just
Mm.
free to take. Just ask them to take out of the case and give to you. And they have scones. They've got cupcakes. They've got different things at different, cheese and meat and different things at different times of the day. It's
So,
nice and
okay.
comfortable.
So the drinks you pay for, but the food is
Right.
free.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. There's no now. So the soda certainly is free. There is a up on the deck in the aft back in near cabanas. There
Mhm.
on either side there is a soda fountain where they have cups and you go up and pour your drinks with ice,
mhm.
as many times as you want. So
Now, I wonder if
and,
the ice
and
cream
ice cream.
machines will be working.
Yes.
They
Yeah.
will.
Do
Okay.
not miss the ice cream.
Yeah, don't
And
miss
so
the ice cream.
here's a tip. Here's a tip. Go to the soda first, get 2 cups, fill one with soda and ice, leave the other one empty, go to the ice cream and pour the ice cream into the cup.
Mhm.
So, unless you want a cone, but you get more ice cream that way and you can take it back
Mm.
to your room or
See, I
up
haven't
on
had
deck.
an ice cream cone since before the pandemic started, simply because it's just like another thing that somebody can touch. But a cup, taking my own cup and putting ice cream in it, genius. Thank you, Jim.
And if you look on deck at some of the other counter services, you can get plastic spoons. So I get a plastic spoon from there, I get the cup from the soda, and then I go fill it up with ice cream.
Mm.
I know who I'm
Should
hanging out with on this cruise.
you got all the good tips. Should I pack like water bottles or something?
Reusable, yes.
All right.
Yes, yes, yes.
It
I'm gonna do that as well because I like to have like I found that I like really cold stuff, so I'm gonna take my Contigo glass and make sure there's a lot of ice in it to keep it cold because when I was on the other cruise, my drink melted so fast
mm,
Mm.
that I was replacing the lemonade or the iced
mm.
tea or the Coca-Cola really fast because it got warm too quick.
They sell cases of water on the cruise too.
Yes,
They do. They do.
Oh,
Bottled
cool.
water. Yes.
Mm.
That I did get when I went with Keith last cruise because it was very, that's all he
well, and
drank
there's a
was water.
refrigerator in the room, correct? A small
Mhm.
refrigerator.
Yes, there is. So he would put a couple bottles in every day, so he had cold water.
Mm.
And you know what? I might bring a couple of our water bottles and keep them in the fridge with water in it so we have cold water.
Mhm.
Hmm.
I never thought of that.
Yep.
I just figured I'd call room service and go,
Right.
yeah, bring the iced tea, bring the diet soda, and the
Mhm.
Mickey bars, and the
And
Mickey pretzel.
Yeah. Oh, I want the Mickey pretzel now that I know there's Mickey pretzels on the ship. Geez, I didn't know that.
By the way, one night at dinner, I want every one of us to order Figaro fries and see if they can recreate them and bring them
Oh,
out.
I've never had them.
Oh.
They're wonderful.
We got to make sure we get a good picture.
Yes.
Yes. We do have to get a very good
Make
picture.
sure we
If
get
you
a-
want a good picture, don't include me.
You're so
Well, we've got to
funny.
get a good picture, but we also have to have Stewart in it.
Mhm.
Yes.
And it's not a good picture.
It is.
I
Will you
separated them.
stop?
Best picture. That's the best picture.
You bet.
What else can we suggest? Try not to miss the stuff in the atrium that's going on. They have like some events in the atrium and that. They have trivia on the ship.
Trivia is fun.
Mhm.
Yeah, Kyle's hoping for Marvel trivia.
Yeah, I'm sure
I'm
that
sure
they'll
they'll
have
yeah.
I'm sure the day of the Marvel Day at Sea, they'll do that, yeah.
Now, what we're doing, myself and Darlene, and we're bringing some like those miniature board games. So they do have them on board, but if this way we can sit on a deck, it hopefully won't be too cool at night and get air that's circulating around better than what's going on inside the cruise.
Mhm.
Less of a crowd. Although, I'll tell you, I feel safer with anything Disney than I do with anything else outside of my home.
Yeah.
So I just remembered a question that I didn't write down. They have a lot of the alcohol tasting, like the mojito and the martini tasting, and
Oh,
they're
did you
all
sign up
sold
for
out.
that?
Yeah, you have to,
They're
it's a
all sold
cost.
out. By the time I got to them, they're all sold out. Is there a chance I can grab one?
So what my travel agent said is to keep checking the app on a
Mhm.
daily basis and or when you're on the ship, go to concierge and somebody might cancel. You can even go, you might even be passing by where they are and they might have a sign up sheet.
Mm.
Now, just for you alcoholics, meaning the two of you, not John. I know we don't really drink. The CDC came out this past week. I think it was this past week, and said that alcohol is not good for your heart in any
Amount.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, sorry.
One thing to remember and that I would look for is we talked about using the app, the Navigator app. When there are most of the features you won't have access to till you're actually on the ship. So you have to get on the ship and connect to their Wi-Fi to
Yes.
use the features of the app on the ship.
Mhm.
And since there are the new things built in to contact guest services, one of the things I'm going to do as soon as I get on is to check to see, can I register for the 5K there? Or if you were
Mm.
interested in signing up for a wine tasting or a drink tasting,
Right.
do they have that ability on the app? Or do you have to go to one of the lounges to make those reservations? I know for Palo that online it may show that there's no availability, but if you do that as one of the first things you do to get on the ship, they do have availability.
Well, I grabbed the Palo reservation that I could get, but I want to look at the schedule to see if I should keep that one or try to move it to something else. Because,
Right.
like I said, at the beginning, that if we follow the rotational dining, I don't really want to do Palo on a night that um, I'm gonna miss one of the
Something else.
I don't want to
Right.
miss Animator's Palette. I'm really looking
Oh
forward.
no, yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't miss
Yeah.
that either.
You could check to see if they have the Palo dining the first night.
I thought about that, but then I didn't want to be rude to my kids. Like, yeah, we just got on the ship, but I need
Oh,
you to go
and
to the kids club.
Yeah.
right.
I at least wanted to get one night in settled before we
Well,
did.
you could try moving it to that last night then.
Yeah.
We've changed. We've either added or changed a Palo reservation twice, and been successful at doing that first thing we got on the ship.
So I wasn't gonna do the Palo reservation because Stuart said that, maybe it's not the best right now because of all of the restrictions.
Yeah.
But I really wanted, like, we don't ever get date night
Mm.
ever. especially now with the pandemic. We just, we're not going out much. And if we did go out, we got a limited number of people that that can watch our kids. And so the only reason I registered for Palo is because we needed a night out. And I thought that'd be a less expensive option than the couples massage that I also saw listed that Kyle probably would be happy with
No.
anyway. So
What night are you going for Palo? Or day?
I don't know.
And there's a reason I ask, because there's going to be a special server on the trip.
Oh, well, okay, keep talking. I'm looking it up now. I'll tell you in a second.
Now, Palo, the reason I didn't book Palo, and I think Darlene, you did for the same reason, is because it's not a buffet. You're limited to the choices of food. That's not to say the food's not going to be good, but you're paying the same price with limited choices. So I figured I've been to Palo before. I don't need to go again.
I think they will make it a good experience for you, especially since it's your first time.
Right. If it's a first time, absolutely go.
Well, 12 days, 1 hour,
Mhm.
33 minutes, and 29 seconds.
Mhm. There is a beer tasting available on board
Yeah.
the day of day 2.
So what's the beer? Schlitz?
Oh, God.
No, it's a seminar. Seminars vary on the ship and the itinerary. Check daily onboard activities, times, and locations. Nominal fees applies. Limited availability. Guests 21 and over. Events are subject to change or cancellation without notice.
I remember when I was a kid, the Yankees had a beer sponsor, and it was Ballantine beer. And the Mets had a beer sponsor, and it was Rangold. And Rangold's, I don't remember Ballantyne's logo message, but Rangold it gives you a 10-minute head. Take what you want from that.
All right, so our Palo reservation is on Monday, so day 3.
You're in luck. There's a special server that's going to be in Palo that day, and I know that you will be very happy with your server. So Kurt will be happy to take care of you. Kurt is our other podcast host who's not with us tonight because he's not going on the cruise.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
not that he doesn't want to, it's just he's got other things going on right now.
Is the photo package worth it?
If it's the first time, I would say yes, but we did it the first time and that was it.
Yeah, I've never done it.
And I don't know what the prices are anymore. When we did it, it was
really expensive.
It
was
is
reasonable.
Yeah.
It's really expensive. I mean, I have it on here, but I mean they haven't charged me for it yet. So
you could also buy individual pictures. You don't have to get the package.
All right. Anybody got excursions planned, or are we holding off on that until
I'm not leaving the ship except for Castaway Cay.
We're going to leave to visit Grand Cayman. We've never been there, but we don't have excursions planned.
I don't have excursions.
We don't even know if we're going to Grand Cayman.
I know. If assuming we do dock there, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
if we dock there, I booked the dolphin encounter. Although they won't let me do it because I can't climb up onto the platform. It's not handicap accessible. So I have to pay $35 to watch from the side.
Oh, golly.
Oh, yeah, I seen that excursion.
Yeah,
I'm more interested in seeing, what is different about Grand Cayman, since I've never been there before. I've done stingrays and dolphins before.
Well, I think I registered more so for the kids than anything. Although I think if that does happen, Candace will be terrified.
This was from an article 4 weeks ago. For Grand Cayman, this was on December 27th. This article, the Grand Cayman Island, and I'm just not going to read the whole article. Allowed a ship to dock there. So that was 4 weeks ago.
But then the last ships that were sent there were not able to get off.
Yeah, I was going to say I don't know what's going on now because the Omicron.
Hmm.
Hmm. Well,
Yeah.
so, and we won't know what our rotational dining looks like until we get on board, right?
Right.
Correct. It'll be on your
Yes.
room card.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I don't think they're doing room cards anymore. I think now it's on your phone.
Right. But we will all have the same rotation.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I got I bought little lanyards for the kids in their Key to the World card so they can stay around their necks if they're doing everything on the phone. What will they need their cards for other than getting into the room?
Probably if you didn't give them
No charging privileges.
right, then that's it. I don't think they'll. Oh, and to the kids, they might need it to get into the kids club.
I thought they did magic bands for those.
Oh, they might. I don't remember. It's been so long since
I
my
thought I
daughter was
seen
on there.
somebody
There were no
say
magic bands 2 years ago.
No, okay.
I'm not sure now, but when Disney gave you a Key to the World card, they gave a lanyard to you on the ship.
Okay. All right. Well, I got some anyway because every
Yeah.
other cruise I've gone on, they
Right.
didn't, and I ended up spending $20 a piece
Oh,
for
right.
lanyards.
And-
So
Right.
just bring them with me this time.
So a 12-pack of water is $27.50.
Do you know how many cases of water I can get here where I live for that price?
Mm-hmm.
I have enough to last me a year. Well, at least a month.
Because I was finally able to get the gifts on board today.
Oh, are you doing gifts on board?
No, I'm just looking to see what they had because they have cakes and they have a cheese platter, a Nature's Delights fruit platter, a Bon Voyage sweets platter, and a Hoy Matey's chocolate treats platter.
Mm.
Yeah, look at that. It says online check-in completed. Yay.
Mhm. Yay.
Okay. Well,
All right. Any other questions that you might have for us?
if I think of them, I'll text you. But I
Sure.
can't think of
Yes,
any
please
now.
do.
I don't
Right
have
now-
any on the list.
Yeah, I know most of the show is geared towards Disney Cruise Line, in particular Magic. But if anybody has any questions on cruising in general, I haven't been on any other cruises but a Disney cruise, but maybe John or Darlene. Darlene, I know you could answer your questions. I think that's it. All right. I hope everybody enjoyed the show after a little bit of a rough start. I hope we
So sorry.
That's
it's
okay.
okay. It's quite all right. I hope we answered whatever questions you have. And if there's any questions you do have that we have not answered, please let us know and we'll try to get the answer for you. So until, I guess we'll be back early in the week, Darlene, with a news and events show, Disney World news and events show.
Mhm.
And then later in the week, another one of our regular shows. So until then, everybody, please be safe. Bye-bye.
See you real soon.
I'm going to leave you with what I'm looking forward to hearing February 5th. Bon voyage. See y'all next week.
Have a magical night and stay safe and please wear a mask.